How do I find the right stocks to invest in? Investing is a long-term game, and people who bought Tesla 10 years ago would have nearly 20 extra money if they held on to their shares until now. The living legend himself, Warren Buffett, made his first Apple stock purchase back in 2016 and only started to sell some of his shares last year near the end of 2024. And guess how much money he made off of this investment? You want to take a guess? According to this website that has been tracking Buffett's Apple stock holdings, his total estimated gain from this investment alone is about $149 billion or 360% return. So what can we do to choose the stocks that are worth holding on for the next 10 years or more? I'm Ericonomics, a full-time investor who has been making investing and wealth building concepts simple and straightforward. In this video, I want to share 3 methods that I use to pick stocks for my investment portfolio. This tutorial is suitable for complete beginners or even experienced investors. For the first method, I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to use a free stock scanner. Then the second method is how to find investing ideas through the news. And third is a very simple but yet effective observing trends around you. If you're ready to learn, give this video a thumbs up and remember to drop any questions that you have in the comments section below, and let's get to it. Method number 1, using a free stock scanner. First, let's talk about how to use a free stock scanner. A scanner is like a filter for the stock market. It just helps you look through the thousands of stocks and narrows down to just a few that you want. So let me show you step by step. First, let's head over to our free stock scanner. I've personally been using TradingView because it's simple and free. You could also use other free options like FinViz and investing.com. As this is a beginner tutorial for investors, I recommend the 3 most basic filters that you need to keep your stock picking process easy. Step number 1, pick a sector. Maybe you like tech stocks like Apple or Microsoft. You could just filter purely for tech companies. So I'm here inside my scanner right now. I'm gonna click on sector. I'm gonna type in tech and filter for technology services. Step 2, pick a company size. I usually start with large caps. Large caps means big companies, oftentimes a lot more stable than small companies. So I'll go right over here, click on market cap, and let's just do $200 billion and above. And step 3, filter for profits. You probably want companies that actually make money. So let's put a filter for profitable companies only. And an easy way to do that is putting a filter on for net margins, because that shows you how much money the company is making after all expenses like cost of goods, labors. So we're right over here. So let's search for net margins. Let's put that here, add filter, and then click on this drop down, and let's just say 25% and above. Now you'll get a list of companies that meets our criteria, and you could see over here, Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta all meet our criteria. From here, you might want to pick a company that might interest you. Let's just say Microsoft for this example. Then you want to go into your investing app, such as Robinhood, Moomoo, Webull, or whatever it is, and just add that stock over to your watch list. You don't have to overthink this step. The idea is just to get a small list of good companies that catches your eye. Later on, you'll do a detailed research on choosing the best one amongst these. But for now, we're just gathering a handful that might pique your interest. Now, let's move on to method number 2, which is finding stock ideas from the news. Method 2, finding stocks through the news. The second easy way to find good stocks is using news. Every day there's news about companies doing big things. Maybe there's amazing earnings, or maybe they just launched an exciting product. You don't have to read every single article, just do a quick scan of the headlines to see what's, trending. First things first. What kind of websites are good for beginners? I like Yahoo Finance because it's free and simple to use. I also use other resources like CNBC or Seeking Alpha. And the best one that you may not know of is the Blossom social investing app. Blossom is a free social media platform for investors and stock market enthusiasts. You can follow me on this app to see my entire portfolio completely for free. But the greatest benefit of this app is that it's actually great to use. Every day, thousands of users share their investing ideas and stock market updates on this app. So it's the most organic way for beginners to read about what other investors are thinking. On Blossom, everyone is verified, unlike Reddit and other forums. You can also get notified whenever I buy or sell any stocks at all. So this can help you generate ideas on where to kind of look for your next stock picking idea. The link to download Blossom is in the description down below. It's free to see all the stocks that I hold in my own personal portfolio. Now, let me give you 4 actionable tips to help you check the news productively. Number 1, look for keywords in top headlines. earnings, investment announcements, appointing new CEOs, mergers and acquisitions, partnerships, whatever. Stocks move on news. What's happening here is that other investors are reacting to those news. If news is positive, people might buy up the stock because they might think that it might be worth more. If news is bad, people might be selling the stock and they believe that it's worth a lot less. For example, on August 13th, it was announced that Brian Niccol will be the new CEO of Starbucks, and it shot up 25% because investors really believe that Brian is the one to turn around the struggling business. Investors are forward-looking, which is why stocks react this way whenever there is good news. Pay attention to trending and frequently mentioned topics. Sometimes a whole industry is getting attention. If a lot of news mentions electric vehicles, I would create a watch list specifically for EV stocks only and add those companies' names that are mentioned in the news, like Tesla, BYD, Rivian, and you may want to pay close attention to macro factors, such as if there's any announcement that a state or federal credits on electric cars will be in effect. The whole sector could move on that news, because remember, investors are forward-looking. They might piece together the puzzle and think that if there's new incentive credits, sales for electric cars may get a boost, thus positively impacting the stock price in the future. This is what I mean by forward-looking. Check trending tickers on Yahoo Finance. On Yahoo Finance or CNBC, there's usually a list of stocks that are trending for that day. It shows what stocks are getting the most attention, and this is a good way to follow the trends. But don't just blindly buy every stock that is trending. If you see a stock that you really want to invest in, do a little bit of research, and when you're ready, consider dollar cost averaging in, or set a few limit orders to buy the stock at a lower price based on historical price action. Here's an example of something that had happened today. It was announced that Skechers will be acquired by a private equity firm to be taken private for $63 per share. In reaction to the news, shares jumped up 25% to $61.60. And if you notice, it's currently trading at $61.60, but it was bought for $63 per share. So you might be wondering, why is there a disconnect between where it's currently trading versus where it will be bought for? Whenever there's a merger or acquisition, the company being acquired will never fully trade at the acquisition price to reflect a few things like uncertainty if the deal will close. Deals can fall apart, and they occasionally do. There are multiple reasons why they might fall apart, from regulatory approval, shareholder rejection, and more. So there could be an opportunity made over here. You could buy Skechers shares right now at $61.60 a share and hold on to it until the deal closes. Once the deal closes, you'll be paid out $63 per share, profiting $1.40 or 2.3% return. So if you're willing to take on the risk of the deal potentially falling apart and waiting a few months for it to close, that could pose as an investment opportunity. This strategy is what we call merger arbitrage, and it's actually a big moneymakers for hedge funds, including the one that I used to work for. To wrap up my thoughts, this is one way to use news to find stocks to buy. Beginners tend to chase hype and buy at the top, but honestly, there's a few simple tricks that you could learn to become a smarter investor. Now, let me know if you guys are interested in a full tutorial on how to buy stocks at a cheaper price, or comment the word strategy below, and I'm more than happy to share my personal investing strategies in the next video. Keep track of stocks using a watch list. When you see a company that looks interesting, add it to your watch list or write it down. This is how you take action and remind yourself to do more research on a stock to see if it's worth investing in. Third and final method, which is my personal favorite, is finding stocks through real world trends. Pay attention to the world around you, the stores that you visit, the products that you use every day, and what your friends and families are excited about. This simple method was famously used by the investor Peter Lynch. He said, everyday investors have an advantage because we can spot great companies in our everyday lives before Wall Street does. You get to start from your life, your surroundings. Think about the brands that you use every day. Do you shop at Amazon? Do you have an iPhone? What is your favorite car? Think about why you prefer a certain brand or product to their competitors. Are you team iPhone or are you team Android? This is how you identify the value of a company and your reason to invest in a company for the long term. You can also observe what your friends and families are using. True story, I might not be the earliest crypto investor, but I started buying Bitcoin when it was less than $18,000 per Bitcoin. This idea came from my friends who got into crypto much earlier than myself. It wasn't just like one or two guys that were talking about it. It was quite a few people around me who had already been investing in Bitcoin back in 2015. So that sparked my interest to dig into it a little bit further to understand it a little bit better. So stay observant, and I recommend the habit of searching for a company or a product on social media for investors such as Blossom, Twitter, or even Reddit. Reading opinions is the fastest way to pick the key information that you might need about a stock. While your investing decision shouldn't be based solely on what others are saying, you can always get an understanding of the overall investor sentiment. And that's how you know if most people are bullish or bearish on a stock. If you know any other helpful ways to find good stocks to invest in, please share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Investing is really not rocket science. It's not as complicated as short-term trading because time is our best friend in investing. I have a free newsletter where you can sign up and receive actionable tips and stay informed about what's going on in the markets. When you sign up, make sure to check your promotions or spam inbox because the very first email going out is a quick start investing cheat sheet that I put together to help you approach investing step by step. You can check out the video over here to learn how I'm growing my portfolio in the recent market crash.